Hey everyone, and welcome back. We are diving into some pretty big news in the crypto world today.
Big news indeed.
Ripple, the company behind XRP.
Yeah.
Well, they just launched their own stablecoin.
That's right, RLUSD.
RLUSD it is. And we've got news articles, we've got opinions from experts, and even some of that,
The chatter.
yeah, the chatter, the buzz on social media,
All the good stuff.
to really give us a good picture of what's going on. So we want to understand
That's right.
what RLUSD is, how it works, and what it could mean for the future of Ripple and XRP.
Sounds like a plan.
So, I guess we should start by,
With the basics.
with the basics. Yeah, explaining what a stablecoin is.
Yeah, not everyone's, super familiar with cryptocurrency.
Right, exactly.
So a stablecoin is basically
Design.
designed to hold a stable value,
Yeah.
unlike something like, Bitcoin.
Which is all over the place.
Right.
Up and down, up and down.
volatile. Volatile, that's the word, yeah.
So stablecoins are pegged to a real-world asset.
Like the US dollar.
Right.
And that's what makes them, I guess, appealing to some people because they don't have that same volatility.
Right, exactly.
So in this case, RLUSD is aiming for a one-to-one peg with the US dollar.
1-to-1. Okay, so
Yeah.
one RLUSD should
Uh-uh.
equal $1 US.
Theoretically,
In theory, yeah.
more or less.
But, and this is big, it received regulatory approval in New York.
Right. This is not something you see every day,
Yeah.
especially with a stable coin.
That's a big deal for
trust and credibility, for sure.
their trust and credibility, exactly.
Yeah.
So how does it actually maintain that one-to-one peg?
So there's this, there's this mechanism, right? A
Yeah.
mint and redeem kind of mechanism.
Right.
So an XRPL validator who goes by Vet explained it pretty well in a crypto news article we saw.
Okay, so this is how,
This is how it works. So say, for example,
let's say,
RLUSD starts trading for some reason way above its peg, like, I don't know, $589.
$589. Wow.
People are going to rush to buy US dollars from Ripple at that one-to-one rate.
Yeah.
And then immediately turn around and sell those brand new RLUSD they just got for a profit.
Oh, okay.
So it's basic market forces that will bring the price back down.
Push it back down. Okay.
And on the flip
That's
side,
the flip side.
let's say it drops below $1, like to 58.9 cents.
Okay.
People will buy up all that RLUSD at a discount
Right.
and then immediately redeem it with Ripple for a full dollar each.
Oh, okay. So it kind of self-corrects.
It's self-correcting.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting mechanism.
Interesting mechanism. Okay, so that's how the peg works.
Right, yeah.
But what does this all mean for Ripple's bigger picture? Like,
Yeah.
what does this mean for XRP?
Right. That's what everyone wants to know.
That's the big question, right?
And, David Schwartz, he's Ripple's CTO, he actually weighed in on this.
Oh, he did? What did he say?
He's basically saying that RLUSD is going to boost, on-chain liquidity for the XRP ledger.
Okay, more liquidity, but what does that actually mean? Can you break that down for us a little?
Sure. So more liquidity basically just means that there's, more assets that are readily available for trading.
Okay.
So that means smoother, faster, and just more efficient transactions overall.
Oh, okay. So it's like adding more lanes to a highway.
Exactly.
Things just move faster.
Yeah, things move faster, more smoothly, fewer traffic jams.
Fewer traffic jams. I like that.
Yeah.
So RLUSD is kind of like greasing the wheels for the entire XRP ecosystem.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
So that leads to some interesting possibilities.
Like what?
Like a blog post we saw from Trend This pointed out that RLUSD transactions on the XRP ledger could actually increase the demand for XRP itself.
Why is that?
Because, you see, every transaction on the XRP ledger requires a small fee, and that fee is paid in XRP.
Okay.
So more RLUSD transactions equal more XRP being used to pay those fees.
Oh, so it's like basic supply and demand.
Exact.
More demand, less supply, price goes up.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Interesting. So that's one way that RLUSD could impact XRP, but are there other ways?
Well, there's this interesting idea from an XRP community member who goes by Rothoff Kahneman, or Woke for short.
Okay. Yeah.
And they suggested that RLUSD could make XRP a more valuable bridge currency.
Okay, bridge currency, what is that?
So imagine you want to, exchange your Bitcoin for Ethereum.
Yeah.
You could use XRP as this go-between currency to make that trade happen.
Okay.
And since RLUSD adds that stable element to everything,
Yeah.
XRP becomes even more attractive as a bridge because it provides a reliable link between all those different assets.
Oh, I see. Okay, so it makes it easier and it makes it more
Reliable.
reliable, yeah.
Like a stable bridge.
A stable bridge between all these different
Cryptocurrencies.
yeah.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool. So how is XRP doing price-wise, compared to this new stablecoin?
Well, according to that same crypto news article,
Yeah.
XRP is currently trading around $2.57.
Okay.
And RLUSD, obviously, pegged to $1.
Right. So a pretty big difference there.
Yeah, a substantial difference.
But what about everybody else? What's the community saying about all this?
Right. What's the sentiment?
What's the sentiment on social media?
So there's definitely a buzz. We found this really interesting Reddit thread.
Oh, yeah.
It's titled, Ripple set to launch RLUSD stablecoin today, top altcoins.
Okay. Catchy title.
It is, yeah. And it's filled with people who are
Excited?
excited, yeah, making predictions about price increases for XRP.
Well, everybody likes a price increase.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
And, there's this one TikTok video we saw from Spaceway Haley.
Spaceway Haley, I've heard of them.
Yeah, and they do a really good job of explaining, the potential benefits
Of RLUSD.
of RLUSD. Yeah, so they talk about the price stability, which is obviously a big draw for a lot of people. But they also talk about how it could make crypto more accessible
Okay.
for, the average person.
Yeah. That's
And they
smart.
talk about, how it can make transactions more efficient.
So potentially bringing in a wider audience
Potentially. Yeah.
who might have been,
On the fence before.
on the fence before. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what people are saying.
That's what people are saying, yeah.
Any big predictions about, where XRP's price could go?
Oh, there's always predictions in the crypto world.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So one article from Brave New Coin we saw suggested that XRP could hit $35 in 2025.
Wow, it's a big jump.
It is a huge jump.
A huge jump.
Yeah, but they're citing RLUSD as a contributing factor,
Oh, interesting.
along with, some other positive developments they're seeing in the XRP space.
Okay.
So it's just one prediction, but it's an interesting one to think about.
Yeah, $35 XRP, that's exciting. But, it's important to remember that this all just happened, right?
Yeah, very recently.
December 17th, 2024.
That's right. Multiple sources confirm that.
Yeah,
It's
now-
very early days.
Very early days for RLUSD.
It'll be interesting to see how this all develops.
It will.
Yeah.
Especially as it tries to, compete with these giants in the stablecoin market.
Well, you've got your Tether, you've got your USDC,
Yeah, the heavy
the
hitters.
big players.
The big players.
Yeah,
So it's almost like a David and Goliath situation.
a little bit.
It's a little bit, yeah.
Definitely a challenge ahead for RLUSD.
A challenge, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
So we've talked a lot about, how RLUSD works, what it could mean for XRP,
Some of the,
the excitement, the reactions.
the sentiment.
The sentiment, yeah.
And what are some of the challenges it's facing?
Yeah, so maybe we should take a breath and just kind of recap
Recap what we've learned so far.
what we've learned so far, okay?
That sounds good.
So RLUSD is Ripple's new stablecoin, right?
Right.
Designed to maintain a steady $1 peg
To the US dollar.
to the US dollar, using that really cool mint and redeem mechanism.
Which keeps everything in check.
Keeps everything in check, and it's got that regulatory approval
New York, which is
from New York, which
absolutely
is
easy to get.
huge.
Huge. Yeah, big deal.
And we've also seen that, it has the potential to really increase liquidity on the XRP ledger.
Yeah, which
Not
could
bad.
lead to
Smoother
faster, more efficient
more
transaction.
efficient, yeah.
Potentially even driving up the price of XRP. We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
And, it's generated a lot of buzz online. We've seen excitement on Reddit.
That's
We've seen, informative videos on TikTok.
Yeah.
And we've seen analysts making some pretty bold predictions about XRP's future.
It's definitely gotten people talking.
It has gotten people talking, that's for sure. So
Yeah, so it seems like RLUSD has injected a lot of energy
Launchy.
into the crypto space.
into the crypto space. But the question is, will it live up to the hype?
Yeah. Will it really, disrupt the stablecoin market?
Right. Will it have a lasting impact on XRP? These are all questions
That we will
that we need to consider.
consider as we continue this deep dive.
That's right.
We've got a lot more to cover, so stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
And hey, if you want to learn more about cryptocurrency,
Yeah.
we've got links down in the description to some great books, even some cool merch.
Yeah, some cool stuff down there.
If you're a real crypto fan. And we've also got a blog
Check out the blog.
where we go into a lot more detail on these topics.
Yeah, much deeper dives there.
Much deeper dives, all right? So,
And of course,
if
you're enjoying this deep dive, hit that subscribe button.
hit that subscribe button.
Stay tuned for more episodes.
More episodes, We've also got a health and beauty podcast if you're interested.
We do. We'll drop a link in the description for that, too.
We'll drop a link in the description for that.
Oh, right.
So stay tuned for more.
More to come.
More to come.
Yeah.
More to come.
Okay, so we've set the stage, right? We've talked about RLUSD. We've looked at some of the early reactions.
Yeah, the initial buzz.
The buzz, exactly.
But now I think it's time to really analyze.
Dive in a little deeper.
Dive in a little deeper. Yeah, into what could determine
the long-term success.
Yeah, whether this thing sinks or swims.
Exactly. What are those make or break factors?
Yeah. What are the key ingredients for success?
In the stablecoin world.
In the stablecoin world, yeah. What does it take?
Well, I think one of the biggest things is adoption.
Adoption, okay.
You know, we need to see businesses, we need to see institutions.
Real-world use.
Real-world use and everyday users embracing RLUSD.
Right, so it can't just be like another option on the list.
It needs to be the go-to choice.
It needs to be the go-to.
Yeah, the preferred choice.
And I think this is where that regulatory approval in New York could really come into play.
It could be a major advantage.
Yeah, because it adds that level of legitimacy and trust, especially for people who might have been hesitant about crypto before.
Yeah, especially those who are used to the traditional financial world.
Right, exactly.
You know, where everything is very regulated.
Yeah, so it kind of bridges that gap a little bit.
It bridges the gap, exactly.
But even with regulation, wouldn't RLUSD need to offer something unique?
To really compete?
To compete with the big boys.
Yeah. Absolutely. It can't just be another stablecoin.
It needs that something special.
That differentiator.
Differentiator. So what could those be?
Well, I think one key area to watch is Ripple's existing network.
Okay. Their network and their partnerships.
Partnerships, yeah. They've been working with financial institutions for years.
Yeah. They've built quite a network.
They have. And they've created this, you know, global payments network.
So RLUSD could just plug right into that.
Exactly. It could seamlessly integrate.
Oh,
and that could offer a really efficient way to move money.
Across borders.
Across borders, yeah. Potentially even faster and cheaper than traditional methods.
So it's a player in the cross-border payments game.
A major player.
Potentially.
It's a huge market.
And one where traditional systems, you know, they haven't really kept up.
They're slow. They're expensive.
A lot of fees.
Fees, yeah. A lot of complexity.
RLUSD could really disrupt that.
Offer a much more transparent and efficient alternative.
Yeah, I can see how that would be appealing to individuals and businesses.
Absolutely. It simplifies things.
Simplifies things. Makes it faster, cheaper, and more transparent.
All the good things.
All the good things.
Yeah. But we have to be realistic here.
Right.
Even if RLUSD gains a lot of traction,
it's not going to change the world overnight.
It's not going to replace traditional systems overnight.
Right.
This is a long game.
Long game, yeah.
Okay, it's about gradual adoption.
Gradual shift.
Yeah, a gradual shift towards new technologies, new ways of doing things.
Evolution, not revolution.
Exactly.
Slow and steady wins the race.
That's it.
Okay.
And this evolution is already happening. You know, we're seeing it everywhere.
Yeah, crypto is becoming more mainstream.
More mainstream, businesses are exploring it, governments are getting involved.
It's hard to ignore at this point.
It is.
So RLUSD, with its regulatory backing and its connection to Ripple's network.
It's well positioned to ride this wave.
It's in a good spot.
It is.
Okay, so we've got adoption, we've got the differentiators.
The long game.
The long game, but we can't ignore the risks.
Of course not. Every investment has risks.
What are some of the potential pitfalls for RLUSD?
Well, competition is a big one.
Competition.
Tether and USDC, they're the giants in this space.
They are.
They're not just going to sit back and watch.
They've got a huge head start.
Huge head start. They're constantly innovating.
It's a fast-paced market.
Very fast-paced. You snooze, you lose.
You snooze, you lose.
RLUSD will have to stay agile. Adaptable.
Adaptable.
Keep up.
What else could be a problem?
Well, regulation is another risk, you know?
Oh, yeah. Always a factor.
The crypto landscape is constantly evolving.
New rules could pop up at any time.
New rules? New hurdles? You never know.
It's like navigating uncharted waters.
Perfect analogy.
You never know what's lurking beneath the surface.
That's what makes it exciting.
And risky.
High risk, high reward.
High risk, high reward. That's the crypto world.
That's the game we play.
That's the name of the game. And that's what we're trying to do here.
Dive deep. Explore the nuances.
Help our listeners make sense of it all.
That's the goal.
Speaking of making sense of it all, maybe it's time for a little recap.
A quick summary.
Quick summary of what we've talked about in this segment.
Oh, that's good.
So we looked at the key ingredients for success in the stablecoin market. Things like widespread adoption.
Unique differentiators.
Differentiators, playing the long game.
Right.
And we discussed how RLUSD could really tap into Ripple's existing network and partnerships.
potentially making a big impact on cross-border payments.
And we talked about the risks too, right? The competition.
Competition, the regulation.
Always evolving, always changing.
A complex world, but full of potential.
Full of potential, lots of intrigue.
Lots of intrigue.
But before we go too far down that rabbit hole,
Yeah.
I think it's time to shift our focus and really look at the XRP community.
Okay, yeah, they've been on quite a ride.
They have. And this RLUSD launch has them really buzzing.
It's a big deal for them.
It is. So let's explore how they're reacting to this news and what it means for the future of XRP.
Sounds good to me.
So we've talked about the tech, the market, all the ins and outs of RLUSD.
All moving parts.
All the moving parts. But now let's talk about the XRP community, the people who are really invested in all of this.
Yeah, they've been through a lot.
They have?
Ups and downs with XRP.
Ups and downs, yeah. And this RLUSD launch, it's got them talking, it's got them speculating.
Definitely stirred up some excitement.
It has. So what are you seeing out there? What's the general sentiment?
Well, one of the main themes that keeps coming up is this idea of increased utility for XRP.
Okay, utility.
So with all these RLUSD transactions happening on the XRP ledger, people are feeling like, okay, now XRP is going to have a much bigger role to play.
It's like that bridge currency concept we were talking about earlier.
Exactly.
It becomes this essential connector between all these different assets.
Yeah, and for a lot of people, they're thinking, okay, this is bullish for XRP.
Bullish, yeah. More use cases, more demand.
Potentially a higher price.
Potentially a higher price. I mean, it makes sense, right?
It does, but it's not all about price speculation either.
Okay, there's more to it.
Yeah, there's this genuine belief among a lot of people in the XRP community that this stablecoin could actually help Ripple achieve their vision.
Which is?
A better financial system.
Okay, a better financial system, so they see RLUSD as a step towards that.
Exactly, like a bridge between traditional finance and the crypto world.
Okay, so big hopes for wider adoption.
Definitely. They see it as this on-ramp that could bring in more users.
More users, more institutions.
More institutions, yeah. Make the whole ecosystem more robust.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
But let's be real. Not everyone's going to be completely on board with every new development.
Well, of course not. There are always concerns.
What are some of the things that people are worried about?
Well, one concern that we've seen is the potential for centralization.
Centralization, okay.
So some people are worried that, with RLUSD,
Ripple might have too much control.
Too much control over the ecosystem, exactly.
And that goes against, one of the core principles of crypto.
Decentralization.
Decentralization, yeah. So it's a valid concern.
It is, and it's something that Ripple's going to have to address.
Be transparent about.
Yeah, be transparent, build that trust.
Makes sense. Any other pushback you're seeing?
Well, there's also some debate about the impact on XRP's price.
Okay, yeah, we talked about the potential for it to go up.
Right, but not everyone's convinced.
Not everyone's buying it.
Some people are saying, the increased demand from RLUSD transactions
might not be enough.
Might not be enough to really move the needle.
It's good like two sides of the same coin.
It is. You've got the optimists and the skeptics.
The bulls and the bears.
Exactly, and only time will tell who's right.
Only time will tell. That's the exciting part.
It is. It keeps things interesting.
It does. But one thing's for sure. This RLUSD launch.
It sparked a lot of conversation.
A lot of debate.
In the XRP community.
And that's a good thing, right?
It is. It's a sign of a healthy community.
Keeps people engaged.
Keeps them thinking critically, challenging assumptions.
And that's how innovation happens.
Couldn't agree more.
Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground today, wouldn't you say?
We have a very thorough deep dive.
We've explored RLUSD from all angles. The tech, the market, the risks, the potential, the community's response.
We've left no stone unturned.
No stone unturned. And I hope our listeners feel like they have a much better understanding of all of this.
I hope so too. It's definitely a complex topic.
It is, but I think we managed to break it down and make it a little bit more digestible.
Hopefully we provided some valuable insights along the way.
I think we did. And if you want to dive even deeper, learn even more, we've got links to some great books down in the description.
Yeah, some really good resources there.
Books about cryptocurrency. And hey, if you're a real crypto fan, we've got some cool merch down there too.
Check it out.
Check it out. And don't forget to check out our blog. We go into a lot more detail on all these topics on the blog.
Much deeper dives.
Much deeper dives. All right. So that's it for today's episode.
That's all she wrote.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Ripple and RLUSD.
Until next time.
Until next time. And hey, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, stay tuned for more.
We've got more deep dives coming your way. And we've also got another podcast on health and beauty if you're interested.
We do. We'll drop a link in the description for that, too.
We'll drop a link in the description. All right. So that's it for us. We'll catch you the next one.